consistent results require consistent action. So it's my belief that if we're able to be intentional about two things, which is what we do and how we spend our time, we can achieve anything that we want. It's that simple. Achieving what we want comes from combining action and time and allowing them to compound. So 3 quick tools that I want to leave with you that have been helpful to me in becoming more consistent on my actions are awareness, environment, and identity. So the first one is awareness. So we all know what awareness is. It's bringing our full attention to something in our environment. So what I like to bring my awareness to as far as being consistent are just 2 things. It's number 1, my behaviors and or the behaviors that I want to be intentional about. So what am I actually doing? And what do I need to do to achieve what I want to achieve? Right? If I can bring awareness to what I'm doing and be intentional about what I want to do in time, I think that I can achieve anything. If I do those things consistently, I can achieve anything. So being intentional about behaviors really comes from one thing, is just tracking them. So if there's something that I need to do to achieve a goal, for example, I need to focus every morning, I need to get up and work on my business or work on a specific task that has high impact on my business, I want to be able to track that behavior. If I need to wake up in the morning and go for a walk or go to the gym, something as simple as a notebook or a spreadsheet can be useful for this. I use both for different things, but just being intentional and aware about the behaviors that you need to do in time in order to achieve things can take you from an inconsistent person, somebody who doesn't do anything towards their goal maybe more than once or twice a week, to somebody who does things more often, just by simply bringing your attention to what it is that you're doing. The second factor, as far as awareness is concerned, is time, is how you're spending your time, how I spend my time, because we can only do tasks and perform behaviors in time, right? So I encourage everybody to have a calendar and something that you consistently look at every day. Even if it's something as simple as just a watch and a notebook, just laying out a simple agenda for the day can be super impactful, because it's my belief that a person becomes what they repeat. The second thing that I think is super impactful, it's very subtle, it's subconscious, something that we're not even thinking about, is our environment. To me, environment dictates a lot of our default actions, right? So meaning 2 things. Most of the time, I think about this is like, do we only do most of what we do because of where we are? Are we influenced by our cultures? Are we influenced by the people around us? We kind of default to what it is that they do. And the most successful people that I've seen, kind of what they do is they're able to rise above that and dictate their own actions regardless of their environment, and dictate the standard at which they're going to perform those actions. Like, I have an example. I work out in a gym in Miami. It's mostly like a fight gym. It's called Boxer. I don't know if you're familiar with it or seen it online, those of you who have come to Miami or live in Miami, but it's mostly a fight gym, right? There are some weights and things like that, some machines and things. So I usually do both. I do like boxing stuff there and do my training sessions for lifting weights as well. But I recently joined another gym called Elevation. And this is like more like a pure bodybuilding gym. It has a bodybuilding culture, and most of the members there, you see that they take the bodybuilding stuff seriously, right? And in so get the results that bodybuilders get. They're able to increase their muscle mass over time and just have a more aesthetic look and feel. And the moment I signed up for that gym and started going consistently to do my weight training sessions there, I kind of pretty much realized that the standard at which I was lifting weights anywhere else was not even close to what I was capable of, right? I could tell that most of the members in this gym are doing the right things, which is A, showing up consistently, B, making progress over time, which is required to increase your muscle size, and C, probably doing your cardio and nutrition at a level that most other gym members in most other gyms are not doing. So that's just a quick example of how your environment can dictate not only your behavior, but the standard at which you can perform your behavior. So I encourage anybody who's thinking about environment to think about that as well. You know, not just what are your actions, but what are the level at which you what is the level at which you take those actions. The third thing that kind of goes hand in hand with that is identity. So identity is, there's a lot of definitions for it, but the way that I define it is who we determine ourselves to be, right? And the coolest thing I think about as far as identity is, it's a two-prong approach, is like who we think of ourselves to be and who we want to be, and then the fact that we could just take actions and repeat behaviors to become the person we want to become. So Aristotle said we become what we repeatedly do, which I think is phenomenal, because if you want to be somebody else, you can just do different things. So I encourage you to think about these 3 tools, which is just awareness to time, how you spend your time and your behavior in that time, awareness into your environment and what the default actions that your environment promotes, and finally the third concept, which is your identity. Who do you want to be? Ask yourself, who do you want to be, and what would that person do in this moment? I think it's that simple when we want to be consistent and make change. Hope it helps.